Republican primary. Okay. Now, fast forward to the general election. How many of you think that Donald Trump would then win the general election? Let's see the hands. All right. Sammy, you're in the back. You're a Democrat. Why do you think that Donald Trump would win the general after this?
Well, if you see what's happening in our country, where, Saudi Arabia already said that they're not going to follow what we say. The dollar is...
Fox News alert, back to our top story, the Trump arrest and indictment yesterday. And with an election on the horizon, inflation out of control, and China's constant provocation, is this really what voters want our elected officials to focus on right now? Our great panel joins us live. You guys have been good sports.
Of course not, if you have any common sense.
All right, let's start. An audience question, first of all. We've been watching the polls on the Republican side. It seems like every time there's news about this indictment, and yesterday we saw it, Donald Trump's poll ratings go up. If the primary were held today, who thinks Donald Trump would win the Republican primary?
I do, goddammit.
Now,
better hope he do.
Fast forward to the general
if you love
election.
America.
How many of you think that Donald Trump would then win the general election? Let's see the hands. All right. Sammy, you're in the back. You're a Democrat. Why do you think that Donald Trump would win the general after this?
Well, if you see what's happening in our country, where, abroad, they're not respecting us. Saudi Arabia already said that they're not going to follow what we say. The dollar is shambles right now overseas. We see also how, here, people, their buying power, their disposable income is shrinking. That's a lot of concern for us to be worried about finance laws on the former president. I think we're concentrating the wrong thing, and this may backfire.
Okay, speaking of backfire, so yesterday we were assuming
at least
there would
he
be
resembles
more meat
some
on the
sort of
bones.
common sense.
Who is surprised that there's no felony listed? Marissa, once again, you're a Democrat as well. Welcome back.
I am. I was just surprised they were building
That's something
this
to be
and
proud
building
of.
this, and this is what I ran on.
Big.
There has to be something big. And quite frankly, look, I'm not a fan of Donald Trump, but I was expecting more. I mean, this is nothing new. Every president, everybody who gets ascended to political power has some sort of skeleton in their closet, right? So I frankly wasn't that surprised.
Yeah, but, well, this is new. Porn star payoff is kind of new in
That is
presidential
new,
politics.
but when they're talking about falsifying business documents, I feel like that happens.
Samantha, you're smiling back there.
So I think it's a joke.
Wow.
How are we in our country, the greatest country in the world, in this position? And we're going after Trump when we had Hillary that deleted 33,000 emails and broke servers, and there was no indictment on that. And
None.
we had Bill Clinton, what he did, Paula Jones, and there was no indictment on that.
None.
And we have Biden with his, classified documents, and what's going on with that? Oh, it's just
And
hush,
his
hush, hush. We're going to
son's
focus on things that,
transgressions.
sorry, but then, this goes on.
Sure. After he was arrested yesterday, apparently today, Donald Trump has called for America to defund the police, particularly the FBI, the Department of Justice, because the Democrats have weaponized law enforcement.
Exactly.
All right, who in this panel, raise your hand, who thinks that's a good idea? All right, nobody. But Madeline, you have a very special story because you wound up,
because y'all conflating the issues right now. The street level versus the governmental level. Too much corruption up top.
We need the police in our communities, all right? I speak directly to the black and brown community, where all of the crime is happening, all of the crimes are being ignored and swept under the rug. That Alvin Bragg is refusing to prosecute. We need the police. If we don't have any other defense or deterrent for the runaway crimes happening, at least let us continue to have our NYPD. When they are arrested, they're immediately released right from the precinct. A community-based organization that they never show up at.
Yeah. What he apparently posted was Republicans in Congress should defund the DOJ and FBI until they come to their senses. He wrote, Democrats have totally weaponized law enforcement, as I just said, in our country, and are viciously using this abuse of power to interfere with our
That's a problem. That's a big problem.
Elections. Dominic, we haven't heard from you yet. What do you make of what happened?
So I think it's clearly a political stunt. I think there are much bigger cases to chase after. I haven't heard of the Jeffrey Epstein case. No one was made about that. We know dozens and dozens of high-profile political people were involved in that scandal or in that case. I'd be much more interested to hear about what happened on those islands and what happened in those cases. Much more before I hear about Trump and his business dealings.
Frank, the former president does face other legal peril with the Georgia case, with the so-called Docalago, the documents down at Mar-a-Lago and stuff like that. Are you worried about that stuff, or do you think that that will be much like this was?
I think, am I worried about it? No one wants to see crime committed in the country. So by mind it being investigated, no, but investigated fairly. I mean, President Biden has more documents for more years than we can add up all of Trump's documents. So let's at least have the appearance that the investigations are nonpartisan. That's the problem. Dominic's point, it's not. It's the most partisan. Defund the police? No. But de-weaponize the DOJ? 100%.
And
I definitely understand that. Yeah.
Frank is a Republican.
Because they done got out of hand.
Of people who think that yesterday's indictment was political. Okay.
Throw my hand in there too.
Unanimous.
Both hands.
We're out. Thank you very much for joining us.
Throw my hands in there too. That shit. The government has been weaponized to go against the opposition on the political spectrum. That's fucked up. I mean, so who are we voting for then? Who are we voting for then? If you go after people you don't like, because that's what we're about people. They're going after people they don't like. That's what it is. Okay, I don't like you, so we're going to get the FBI and the DOJ to raid your house, raid your place of business and things like that. Because you know why? I don't like you. And you are a threat to my own political future and career. So I'm gonna fix the landscape to where somehow I can win on the back end. And how do I do that? Find ways to get you arrested on frivolous lawsuits and indictments and things of that nature. Because people that don't know any better will believe the mainstream media, like, oh, he got arrested. Oh, I can never vote for him. Boom, right then and there, you instantly convert a non-informational driven voter in your favor. They're now in your favor because they don't want to pursue any more knowledge than necessary than what you gave them. You gave them something to look at. Now they're like, okay, I believe you. I'm going to be lazy about it, and I'm going to just vote for you. And that's a huge problem in the black community. They put skin color on every fucking thing. Every business deal, every business transaction. It doesn't matter. Skin complexion is the reason to make the deal or not make the deal. And that's why black people are last. Does racism exist? Yes. Fuck yeah, it does. But when you attach that to every goddamn thing, when you attach that to your being, to your own way of living, you deserve to fucking lose. If that's the compass you use to make your business decisions and your financial decisions, you deserve to come in last place. And I maintain to this day, I say black people should be forced to take a competency exam before they are allowed to vote. If you voting for the presidency, you should at the very least know the basics of what's going on with both candidates. If you cannot pass that test, you should not be allowed to vote, because we got a lot of dumbass black people out there that vote based off of dog whistles, the bullshit of mainstream media. They don't even want to go look for information on their own. They just want to believe the narrative. Whatever narrative that makes them most comfortable, that's what they're going to go with, and that's how they're going to vote. And that's why this country is fucked up right now. Ask people about Trump. Ask people in the black community about Trump. They'll say, oh, he's racist. I'm glad he got arrested. Stand back, come back at them and break down what they said. Break down what they said. Okay, you think he's racist? what makes them racist. Challenge any black person that comes with that argument. Challenge them. What makes them racist? I guarantee you hear fucking crickets. And it's a common theme. It's a common theme, a common thread of the black community's perspective. And it's been going on for decades. This is why they always vote Democrat no matter what. You can literally hear Joe Biden say the word nigger multiple times in court with no problem whatsoever, no reservation at all. No regrets at all. But yet, you're quick to delete that from your memory bank. And, oh, yeah, we got to have him as president. Really? Really? This is why I say what a lot of black men have been saying for the last 5-10 years plus, the black community is fucking finished. It ain't the simps willing to put a dog collar on themselves to be the attack dogs of the whack womans, the quangs. You know the type, those bras out there in the street brawling with each other. They claim women empowerment, but they quick to knuckle up against each other, huh? Funny how that shit works, huh? This crazy world we're living in. And it seems like nobody is paying attention to the shit that we need to be paying attention to. We would rather get mad at a white woman for saying something about slavery. Admittedly speaking out of turn, she admitted that herself. And she shouldn't be speaking on those issues, but based on information and facts, she wasn't lying. You want to debate those facts? I got a nigga you can debate. He has a live stream often. He often gives opportunity to debate on that. I'm not as well versed on it as he is, because this brother will go to the Library of Congress on your ass. I give you Dane Calloway. To all you niggas that's in love with being slaves and slave ships and slave boats and how it may or may not have happened, well, if they lie to us about all these other things that we're now coming to pass, we coming to find out now that, this shit has been a lie since day one. If all those things was a lie, is it not possible that maybe a lot of aspects of slavery was a lie too? And that's not saying it didn't exist. To you overly sensitive ass ninjas, that's not saying that the fuck at all. It just means maybe you should try picking up a book every now and then instead of labeling every black person that picks up a book. Oh, he's a lame, he's corny, he's this, he's that. Maybe you will fucking learn something by just picking up a goddamn book. Just picking up one little book. But y'all don't do what? Y'all don't do that because it's inconvenient, right? It's inconvenient. You don't listen to no damn book. What the book got to say? I can make up my own reality in my head, and that will allow me to become one of the so-called 81 million to vote in a fucking Squidward president. You know what they say about squids? No spine. Yeah, that's what we got. We got a squid for president. Uncle Squidward. Joe Schmo. Anyway, I'm going to ride on that because I'm getting pissed off. You guys, as I would always say, you can take it how you want. Take it, nigga.